the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Explorers and the Vikings. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Columbus Explorers and the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks his offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another gear. And as this season begins, they believe they've found it. You watch him warm up, everything is crisp, moving with great speed. This is an offense that can't wait to get to the first series of the new year.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nolan, and he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. There's Breeze. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you notice from the entire offseason, hundreds of thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. They'll run on first down. Nolan. And he'll work down inside the 45. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Explorers are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Culpepper. Caught right side, Davis. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now Breeze. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Breeze. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now Breeze. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. Nolan. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Boy, fingers crossed here. 1st quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Columbus with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Now they'll throw with Breeze. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best.
Exactly.
Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Breeze got a man and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin with a run by Davis. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. On 2nd down, Culpepper. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Breeze, he finds his man, complete. That's Reyes. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Breeze on third down. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Breeze now to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
I certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road win. Zamir White, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. A.J. Brown, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. The Packers with a strong performance as they get the win at home in the opener. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception, and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A first down carry for Davis.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
12 yards there, first down Vikings.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run it again here with Davis. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. That's Moss.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Mitchell. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They go back to the ground now with Davis. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Touchdown, Vikings! A 5-yard touchdown. Vikings have cut it back within a score.
So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this third quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope. But with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 3rd down, Nolan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Breeze now. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Breeze now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, it's Breeze. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Throw left side, complete to Moss. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening week
Turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. On 2nd down, Nolan. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Breeze going to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Here's Davis. He'll try and run some clock. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Culpepper. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To about the 35, second down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Davis. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Left side caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Inside give to Davis. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Up the middle to Davis. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 47 yards rushing for him now, and what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. We know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Vikings, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.